Hey everybody, I made this video just as a quick tutorial for anybody who thought they might want to try making some saltwater cured olives. And this is the beginning process after you purchase your cases of olives. I like to buy mine from the farms in California. There's a couple different farms I like. This year's batch comes from Penna Farms. I've used them before. They are great. When I ever visit California, I do plan to visit these places and bring some owners a couple jars of my final product to just show them what I get to turn them into. I've tried other people's saltwater cured olives, including my own family's, and we all go around joking on who makes the best, of course, just like your who makes the best sauce or Sunday gravy. And I've tried other people who's made olives like these in the saltwater brine, and I find mine to be pretty good. Kind of like Walter White's product being better than anyone else's. Anyway, back to my olive pitting skills here. This can be competitive, this can be fun, or this can be incredibly boring. Unfortunately, by myself during school hours right now, no one else to help me, it is a little boring, so I find myself making videos for YouTube. If you have a group of friends or family that want to join you and help out, you can get through a whole case in like 15 minutes. A couple of mallets, a couple of cutting boards, 4 people, 2 people even, joking around, making a competition out of it. You'll get through this real quick. Okay, so cleaning my workplace area. This is what I do. I got my food grade mallet. I got a smooth side and a jagged side. I'm going to be using the smooth side on the olives. Take a handful of olives, line them up on a cutting board a few spaces apart, and go at it. I don't want to whack them too hard because if you hit them too hard, you risk breaking the pit. These are nice and ripe. But if you have a box that's been sitting around in the fridge for too long or sitting around at your house for too long before you got a chance to pit them, or if you have one of the red ones that look like they're starting to turn colors here, all right, I hit that one a little hard to show you. You see the pit breaks up into little fragments, and you don't want this in your final product. People are going to chip their tooth on it. You can't digest it, so you want to make sure you don't hit them too hard and try to just save the fruit without destroying the pit. One little whack, 1 or 2 little whacks, 3 little light whacks. I have one here, right? Now the fruit split off one side, but it didn't split off the other, so I could throw it right back down on the cutting board on the pit side down and go, there I go. Blast the fruit right off that pit, and I keep on going. Now I'm going to line up this whole cutting board. I'm going to fill up. I'm going to give you a nice overhead shot right now. I'm going to fill out my whole cutting board as best I can so I don't waste any space. And what I want to try to do is line up my whole cutting board with olives here, right? So, once I line up my whole cutting board with olives, I sit there then with, prop that up so it doesn't fall. I sit there with 2 hands and I just go through the olives. I take the pit out, discard the pit, have the fruit in my hand, discard the pit, fruit's in my hand. Until I can't hold any more in my hand or until it's not comfortable for me, I'll take the fruit, right, and I'll just throw them in my bucket. I line my food grade bucket with salt on the bottom, just a little bit, okay, because that fruit on the bottom is going to sit there till the very end. That's 2 hours outside of a refrigerator, so they might start turning a little brown. So to avoid that as best I can, a little bit of water, a little bit of salt, and then when it's all done, more salt, more water right on top. I use about half a pound of salt per case in the brine. So I have 2 cases here, that's going to be 1 full pound or 1 full box of salt. I usually buy it in 20-pound bags, so I'll use 1 cup, which equals 1 pound of salt. You want fine table salt for this. It's not that expensive. And that's not the final product. It's not going to take the salt from your final product. You'll see that in another video. So fine table salt, half a cup per pound, so I'll use 2 cups in this entire thing. So I got 1 on the bottom. I'll use a little bit maybe in the middle, and then 1 full one on top of the first time doing this for tonight. Put my water in, fill it all the way to the top, put a weight on top, usually a plate with something on top of it, or just a plate even, just to keep the top of the olive brine submerged in the salt water so they stay nice and bacteria doesn't have a chance to grow as much. And I change that water, that salt water, every day for 4 to 6 weeks, tasting it as they go along. When they start churning from a bright, beautiful green to a dark green or brown color, that's when you know they're ready. And you taste them and you see if they're sweet or bitter. If they're sweet, they're ready to be seasoned and you can enjoy your olive.